Hey, classroom tips. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you all. Mental health awareness. I am glad you are here today. Classroom tips, mental health awareness, and Kamsiona, full of sillies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you all. Welcome. I appreciate your joining the stream tonight. And from what you can see on the title, we shall be discussing how to move on after a heartbreak, after breakup, and after divorce. How do we move on? So 1 minute, guys. Welcome. Please kindly share out the stream. Let's have more people come in here, okay? Yeah. Hey, welcome, Miss Judy. Help me with the part, please. Welcome, Miss Judy. Hello, hello, my beautiful Kenyan friend. Welcome. Thank you so much. Mental health awareness. I see you. Yeah, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please share out the stream. I'm actually trying to get the link so that I can invite more people to join me on today's discussion. And I'm glad that mental health awareness is here because she will have a lot to contribute to this today, to this topic today, because it has a lot to also do with mental health. You know, after separation or after divorce, what happens next? What's the way forward? We know that divorce can, or separation or heartbreak, a breakup can have a very devastating effect on people, you know, especially when you have spent so much time together or when children are involved. And then if suddenly you part ways, or suddenly you break up, or suddenly one partner is filing for divorce, you know, it can be a very devastating and frustrating moment. But then again, that is not the end of the world for anyone going through divorce or separation. We just have to look at the way forward. How do we move on after breakup? How do we move on after divorce? And what are the effects it has on our mental health? What are the effects it has on our spiritual well-being? What are the effects it also have on our social life? What are the effects? Because we're going to be looking at the effect and then how to handle this thing, especially, I said, when children are involved, because one way or the other, you find yourself tied to the person, to the person you have kids with. Even when kids are not involved, there is a lot invested into relationship. You invest so much into relationship, emotionally, financially, physically. There is a whole lot, because it takes so much to build a relationship in the first place. And then when you get married, it takes a lot. Apart from the time spent dating, trying to know each other, the time spent courting, and then the time spent, you know, preparing for the marriage, and everything it only takes for you two to come together and get married. Then eventually, 1, 2, 3 years down the line, you find yourself parting ways due to one reason or the other. Of course, we all have our life to live. He who wears the shoes knows where it pinches. So you know the reason why you'll be asking for a divorce, or the reason why you feel you can no longer continue living with this person. Nobody's gonna judge you for wanting to, you know, leave the marriage or leave the relationship, because not all relationships will lead to marriage. Yeah, mental health, I advise when separating, you should find the right time to speak about why you want to separate, because it's worse when there is no closure as to why everything broke down. That is it. I'm going to lay this pain down here so that whoever is coming in will see it. Thank you for that. Now, it is very important, like he said, communication. When things are going wrong in your relationship, and you don't discuss it, you don't communicate it, you don't say what is going wrong, and then suddenly you file for annulment, or suddenly you want to leave the relationship, or you want to end the marriage, the other person you're leaving them, that is, you're leaving them in a state of confusion. Welcome, African Updates. Thank you. Oh, it's good. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's good that you're here. Thank you so much. So sorry, guys, I'm trying to drop the link so that whoever wants to also come up and we'll discuss this, because you see, a lot of people are going through depression. They are frustrated due to the broken relationship. They are frustrated due to the broken marriage. It takes so much to go into marriage. It takes a lot to be in a relationship. And then when it ends, it's as if your whole world has fallen apart. It's as if this is the end of the road for you. It's as if you can no longer move on. I have experienced heartbreak. I have experienced breakup, and I know how painful it can be. I know how frustrating it can be trying to pick the pieces of your life together and move on. You understand? I know how frustrating it can be trying to pick yourself together, trying to move into another relationship. But we shall be discussing this and then helping you make up your mind before you jump into another relationship. There is a lot involved. You don't just end one and jump into another one. You will be making a very big mistake. Now, like I said, not all relationship will lead to marriage. And even when it does lead to marriage, not every marriage will survive it. Not every marriage is meant to last forever. In fact, you may come into somebody's life, get married to the person for a purpose. And the purpose for which you are coming into that person's life will eventually unfold itself. Welcome, Susan. How about it? I appreciate you. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining the stream, Susan. How about it? Miss Judy, Linda Blessing. Yeah, sorry guys, I just was speaking to my husband behind the mic. So not every relationship, there are certain relationships that will definitely last and some will not last, and it's no fault of yours. But the truth is, when these things happen, how do you react to it? Like, how do you deal with it? Yeah, Africans say it's not good to jump into another marriage. I think it's always nice to settle things out. Absolutely, I totally agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Yes. Who else do we have here? African Updates. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Susan Herbal Tips. Thank you so much, ma, for joining. Welcome. Sorry, Jess. Shortly, I'll be dropping the link so that we can have a discussion. We can have a discussion. Now, communication, like I was saying, is very important. You have to let your partner know, or the person you are dating, if the relationship is not working out, there is no need forcing yourself. But before you leave, you have to discuss it so that you will have a closure. And the person, your partner, will equally have a closure. Without closure, it will be very difficult for you to move on and for the person to move on. Mental wealth, when I say, it is best to let the breakup have its time before you move on and heal from it, because there may be things you might want to seek therapy for. Yes, so you don't have a repeat. Absolutely. Now, that is what I'm talking about. When you end a relationship during heartbreak, when you are still trying to get over the heartbreak, trying to get over that person that you love so much, you just need time to heal as well. You need time to get over it. You need time to process what happened. AE29, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you, Queen. Thank you so much. Welcome. Guys, smash the like, okay? Now, you need time to process the whole thing and ask yourself, what went wrong? Why is this relationship, why didn't it work? What was it doing wrong? What did I do wrong? Because these things need answer, and without answer, how do you move on? You're just going to get into another relationship and have a repeat. It's going to be a roller coaster, like you're going to do the same thing. If the fault is coming from you, you might end up carrying the baggage into the next relationship. You might end up carrying that thing you were doing before in the previous relationship, and you take it into another relationship, which may eventually clash. Now, not all could be your fault. It could also be that you cannot stand that person you are dating or that person you are married to due to their change in behavior. People change. People change for good and others change for bad. So if you're unlucky to be married to someone and eventually things didn't really work out, you are free to move out. But before moving out, it is always very good that you discuss. It is always very important that you have a heart-to-heart discussion about what went wrong. Even if it means you don't want to be under the same roof, let's assume that it is something that has to do with domestic violence or something that has to do with abuse, and you can't communicate anymore, like the communication has broken down. Then you can leave, but it is also good to still let the person know why you are leaving, why you can no longer stay in that relationship, or why you can no longer carry out, carry on with the marriage. Now, okay, mental health awareness says some people end up in a second relationship and not have any trust in the next person, but you decide to be in that relationship so you are not alone. A lot of people feel their what is in being. Okay, is in being in that relationship or being in that marriage. Yeah, I can decode what you're saying, that jumping into the next one because you don't want to be alone, because you are feeling lonely, because you don't also want people to say, hey, you are getting old, go and marry, and then you remarry immediately. You will still be hurting. Look, every broken relationship, even if it's just a mere relationship, needs time to heal. Every broken relationship, you need time alone to take appraisal of what happened and for your heart to heal. If your heart is broken and you jump into the next relationship, or you quickly remarry, you will be hurting yourself. You will end up hurting yourself because you have not recovered, you have not healed, and you will have trust issues, because whatever that person does, even when they mean well, you are going to interpret it wrongly. There's every chances of you interpreting the person or seeing the person in the same light you saw your ex. Heartbreak is a very terrible thing. I have gone through heartbreak. I have gone through breakups, and I know a lot of us here must have equally gone through breakups, and it's something that takes time. But unfortunately, some people find solace in jumping into the next one because they need a shoulder to lean on. They need another person to love them. No, you have to love yourself first. You have to love yourself first before you can be able to love another person. 1 minute, guys. Yeah, sorry guys, I am with you. I'm just trying to sort out something, and I don't want the noise to distract you. Please, 1 moment, please. So, yeah, where were we before the distraction? Yeah, so you need time, and then when you eventually welcome everyone, I think we have some persons coming in. Welcome. So when you eventually part ways and you are in the process of healing, you're in the process of healing, take all the time you need to heal. Take all the time. you need, whatever you know you need to do to heal, like traveling, leaving that environment or that vicinity so that you avoid seeing that person, is very important. It is also good that you leave, because when you are seeing the person every day, it reminds you of what they put you through. It reminds you of the heartbreak. It reminds you of everything. And then even in that same environment, you would be able to, get into another relationship, because you want to avoid that your ex seeing you or being, putting nose or eyes into your new relationship. So if you need a change of environment, that will really help you. Another thing that can also help, okay, I'm dropping the link, mental health awareness. Please, I know you have a lot to contribute to today's topic. I would like you to jump on the link if you don't mind. Even if you don't want your face to show, you can close the camera and come up and give tips that will help people overcome heartbreak for their mental well-being. So going forward, while we are waiting for I don't know, mental health awareness, are you a guy or a woman? I don't know. Are you a guy, or are you a lady, a woman, whichever one, please? I don't know. But maybe when you come up, we would find out. So living that environment is very, very important. Then next thing is engage in hobby. Look out for that thing that you love doing, that thing that gives you joy, that thing that makes you happy. Look into it. If it means going into a vocational work, something that you love doing, like some people love going into vocational things like baking or sewing or even hiking or traveling, camping, whatever you know gives you joy. It will help you overcome that feeling of pain and frustration. Welcome, Z Berry. Thank you so much. Okay, you're here with your siblings. Okay, and they will not let you talk. Okay, I understand. It's okay. Welcome, Z-Berry. Thank you so much for coming. Kindly thumbs up, okay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you can, share out. Let's have more people comment here. Because some persons are dealing with heartbreak as we speak, and they don't really know how to handle it. But you and I rubbing minds together is going to help someone out there overcome heartbreak and then know the best way to move on. So going into your choice hobby, something that gives you joy, something you love doing. It could be traveling. AE29, thank you so much. It could be traveling. It could be, camping. It could also be baking, sewing. Whatever you know gives you joy, it's going to help you, because you need time to heal. And if you don't get over it, there is no way you are going to move on. It's like you tying yourself, chaining yourself down to a trunk of a tree. You are going nowhere. And even if you force yourself to get into another relationship, you will only be hurting and equally hurting the person, hurting the new partner. So it is very important that you look out for hobbies, that thing that gives you joy, you will do it. Then if children are involved, this is very important, especially for married couple, or even if you're not married but you have children together. It is very important. Listen to this. Please, if children are involved, ensure that you don't poison the heart of the children. Ensure you don't poison their heart. Don't go say negative things, especially if that child is with you, or even if you're co-parenting. Avoid saying negative things about your partner. Many people go into relationship and forget themselves. Yes, this is true. They go into a relationship for another person, pleasing the partner, and then they lose themselves in the course of that. That person becomes the only reason why they are happy. So when there is a breakup, then they lose themselves completely. Susan, how about tips? Welcome, ma.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Welcome, ma. Thank you
Thank you,
so
thank you,
much.
thank you. Good evening, house.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. AE29, greet you specially, my darling. Good evening.
Yeah.
What I have a contribution, it's not
Okay.
going to be much, but this part of Europe where we did, so some women, they make the same
Yeah.
mistake. They will
Mm.
leave their home, they never heal. They will go to another relationship, and they will end up
Yes.
living that same relationship again. You understand? Because
Mm.
maybe I want to pepper my ex that I'm still on board.
Yes.
I want to pepper my ex
Mm.
that people are still coming for me. No, you are not doing yourself any good. You are
Mm.
not peppering anybody. You are just peppering yourself. Why
Mm.
not take care of yourself? Look for time to heal. When you heal, at the end of the day, you will even find out that your
Mm.
home break, not even your fault. But if you are not healed, you will not see it. You will think you are at peace. You were always right. That is
Mm.
why I tell my women, when you are wrong, try to sit yourself down. Try to replay everything wey don happen. Replay am for your head,
Mm.
and you see your
Yes.
error. You try to put that person wey you with am get that misunderstanding in your shoe. If it were to
Yes.
be me, what would be my reaction? You
Yes.
understand? When you ask yourself questions, you will now realize that you were even at fault. And that
Yes.
can even make you to even make peace with your ex. If you are at fault and you are ready to say, oh, okay, I am sorry. You jumping into another relationship, you might make that same mistake again unknowingly. And that
Yes.
man you are going to, especially with kids, that man you are going to,
Mm.
that man is at alert. Oh. He is not going to be with you fully. He want to know why your ex couldn't cope with you.
Yes.
Some men are like that. So before you do anything, go say, hey, I make that one not fit now. Now me one come fit. You go still born one day. You go still come out. So that is why I
Mm.
tell people that are in this situation, always heal first before you go to the next relationship. It's difficult to move on, though. It's very, very difficult to
Mm.
move on,
Very
especially if
difficult.
yes, it's very, very difficult. For divorce, I don't know, because I remember you were saying that divorce it can be very, very traumatic. I have never
Traumatizing.
been there.
Yes.
Traumatizing. I've never been there. So as you come talk and that day, I come sit down. I was like, wow, how will divorce be, say okay, heartbreak, we go say okay, heartbreak. Divorce, you don't share Gary, because before you say make I divorce, we don't come to agreement how it go constant. So when I now really explain, I was not like, wow, so divorce can be this dangerous. So even your mental health,
Yes.
it can affect you, it can affect your mental health. And even our children,
Mm.
especially when you are living that home with too much anger with about your ex, and that your children can't get to resemble that your ex. Oh my God, you are going to
Mm.
see that face for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Especially when that child will just misbehave, you begin to picture the father inside that guy. So that's a little boy. That is why I always tell us to heal first. Don't jump into another relationship in order to prove a point to your friends that you are still hot, or to prove a
Mm.
point to your ex that you are still hot. No, it is not called for.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
person that is
Mental
involved
health was
in this.
saying something. He said he mentioned about going to family and friends, and that is another important factor. Do not lock yourself up if you are dealing with heartbreak. If you are separated or divorced, don't lock yourself up completely and want to be alone. Let friends be around you as well, good friends, because there are some friends that will come into
That
that
will not
man's
help
life
issue.
or into the
Oh.
man's
Some
life
friends will help
and
issue.
begin to they'll be choking the person, and then
Yeah.
you'll be getting more and more broken. But genuine friends who can help you laugh through the process, who can help you smile again. Because if left alone, some people get addicted. That is when they begin to abuse substance. That is when they begin to drink. That is when they pick up some negative characters or behavior. They start going and they'll start going out to sleep out or club till daybreak, get drunk, start taking substances, and then they lose themselves. Before you know, they begin to break down mentally and depression setting. So don't
Setting.
isolate yourself from friends and family.
Yeah, but
That's very important.
what about those that are in Europe, that are abroad, that are away from friends? Because here everybody is working. I mean abroad. Everybody is
Mm.
working. Maybe the only time you can see your friends maybe weekend. They will not have that time for you. If it's way back in Nigeria, you can say, okay, you can be among family members. But here in Europe, everybody get what they do. They will not have that time for you. But me, if you ask me, I advise you engage yourself in something that will distract you. If you want to go and learn skills, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. No, I just wanted to welcome some persons that have been here. I've been missing them. Glorious Reality, welcome. Thank you so much, Glorious Reality. Rose Ehujo, welcome. Thank you so much. Cornelius, welcome. Getting it right with Olivia, welcome. Thank you, guys. Please smash the like and share out. Let's have more people. We're discussing about heartbreak, separation, divorce, and breakups. When they don't serve person breakfast. In Nigeria, we say they don't serve person breakfast. Once you are served or you serve someone breakfast, how do you move in after that? And Susan Herbal Tips has been giving us her own advice. Now, on that case, Ma, if you are abroad, like you said, get yourself engaged with something, be busy. But even online, you have friends that you can connect with online. You equally have families that you can talk to. Don't bottle it in. Do video calls. Hey, welcome. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Yeah, welcome. Do video call and connect, because at that time, if left alone, you'll be crying. I have been there that at a time I was suicidal. It was that bad. I wanted to just end it all. I was so depressed. I was messed up mentally. But thank God for family and friends that were there. I was able to overcome it. So heartbreak is especially when you love that person so much and you put in everything. It can be very devastating. So even if you are in a place like people in Europe that are working constantly, you can be online, connect with friends online. Make sure you have somebody who checks up on you every now and then, whether you like it or not. They will call and ask you, have you eaten? Some people can say they will not shower morning till night because they feel worthless. They don't want to get up from bed. They will not eat. They will start eating junks. They'll go and buy junks, start eating junks. And you know one thing with junks, the moment you start eating, your body craves for more. And then your health begins to go down. Welcome, Getting It Right with Olivia.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, sis.
Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, what's today's topic? I didn't even say, I just came in and came up.
Welcome. Okay, we're talking about breakup, heartbreak, separation, and divorce. How to move on. Sometimes people just break up and they jump into the next relationship. And as soon as they jump into the next one, they carry over the pain, the depression, the disappointment, the bitterness, the anger, everything. They carry it over without knowing it into the new relationship or even another marriage without healing. So how do we get over it? How do we move on after a breakup? Susan Habati, please continue. You are saying something while she's listening. I believe she has a lot of things to add.
Okay, yeah. So, like here in Europe, a lot of us, they work, to say, like you said, colleagues, a workplace, maybe if you have, I don't know where mental health is talking from. Like here in Europe, maybe they will just give you 30 minutes of break to go and eat your food, your lunch or whatever. That 30 minutes will not be enough for you to start discussing. I would just advise, try to engage yourself in so many things. You can engage yourself with your work. You can even begin to learn skills online. You can even begin to do courses online just to distract yourself, especially if you then serve breakfast. If now you move on, it will still affect you, because even if you are moving on, it is because that wasn't what you planned for. There is already a disappointment there. Okay, in the UK, okay, and I'm not working here. Okay, you understand? So even if now you serve person, the person feel say, oh, now you come up for the relationship, it's still going to hurt because that wasn't the plan. You went for that marriage because you want to stay, you want it to work, you want you and your husband to bring your children up. If you know it is difficult, I say it all the time. Now, single mother bring me up. It wasn't easy for my mom. So if you there are so many things you have to put into consideration for the sake of your children. You have to take care of your mental health. That is why I say engage yourself. So women, you go say, I didn't see I'm online. There was one topic a financial lady brought one day to her live stream. One lady where she don't leave the man, but the daughter looks so much like the father. And she came live now. That content creator, she came live and she was shaking the girl like this. Somebody, people like you, see the way you resemble your father. Now, people like you, they think they do pepper soup from France. You understand? She wasn't okay here. She wasn't okay. People were not angry. You go to the comment section, people were like, may they go collect this picking from this woman before you go really kill her. There are some children that will keep reminding you that this is your father that is standing right in front of you. And this is not the man where you say you hate. That one can even frustrate you. You understand?
Yeah.
It takes you to be very, very big here, you know, to handle that situation. So what am I trying to say? Engage yourself in so many things.
Okay, help me mute your mic. Help me mute your mic first. Getting it right with Olivia. Just help me mute your mic first. So that the children can play. Just mute only the mic. Okay.
You understand? So that is it. Yes, and the mental health said, look for somebody that maybe you look for counseling and have someone who won't take side to now listen and hear your pain, to now guide you in what to do next. Yes, that one is counseling is okay. But you know, at times we need this hug too. We need somebody that will cry on their shoulder, that will really listen to us. And that moment you can be very, very vulnerable. One fake guy can just come and tell you he's the best. They carry shoulder here, make you they cry.
Yes.
But once you don't know.
Thank you so much, Sweet Escape. Sweet Escape, welcome. Thanks for this super sticker. Welcome. Thank you so much. We have someone here, Amanda Gurumye. Amanda, hey, Amanda. Woo! Now the name just rang bell in my head. Welcome, sweetheart. Thank you so much for joining the stream, Amanda. I appreciate you. Welcome. Sweet Escape, welcome.
You don't add a K to my name or this woman.
Eh?
I said Pateyaba. Don't add a K. She says Susan the table breaker of the year.
Welcome, Pateyaba.
You understand? So that is it. We have to be very, very careful. We have to be watchful. If not, the next breakfast, it will even pass the one where they come out from. So you have to be vigilant. You have to be very, very careful not to fall a victim again. And because when your mental health is not okay, I tell so many mothers, it affects our children.
Yes.
You think they don't see you. You think they don't know. It affects our kids too. There is no way you can pretend. I was expecting a letter one day. This one happened like 4 or 5 days ago. I was expecting a positive result from that letter. So as I just opened my email, when I just see the negative response, I was like, my son is 11. I was like, Mom, what is that? I said, no, nothing. In as much as I tried to wear smile, he kept asking, Mom, something is wrong. What is it? What is it? He will be there happy before. He can't dey dull because he don't see the mom, say the mom not there happy. You understand? So we should guide our mental health and the mental health of our kids. Don't carry that baggages. Try to leave it. I know it's difficult to, I'm just saying it. I know it's very, very difficult, but try to leave those baggages. Hey, God, do party yaba.
How can somebody come on stream and be twerking in her bedroom for me, for Christ's sake? Hey,
because
who is this one?
To be knocked. You see how she dey hang.
Welcome, Sweet Escape.
That's now where to be this one.
Don't shake our bum bum.
You see why I love this crazy drama queen. Sweet Escape, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. and Pate Yaba, thank you so much. You guys know what we're discussing about, so your contributions are needed as well. How do we move on after divorce, after a breakup, especially when kids are even involved, and for our mental health, so that we don't repeat the same mistake over and over again. So that is what we are discussing today, guys. Yeah, who is saying something? Who is speaking? Yeah, mental health says children are smart. Okay, when I was rock bottom, I was also babysitting and painting smiles. My little cousin was 8 years old and she was saying, "What is wrong?" This is true. Okay. Getting it right, so, Lydia.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So when one comes out from a broken relationship or a relationship that did not work out, or from you just got divorced, like my co-host has said, what you need to do is get busy. You need to keep yourself busy. You need to like treat yourself like you would treat anyone that you love so much. That is the first thing to do. Cultivate happiness. You need to make yourself happy. Self-love. Treat yourself
Mommy
good.
Mommy Fechi, welcome, ma. Good evening, ma. Welcome.
Good evening.
Thanks for joining us.
Good evening,
Ma.
everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, ma.
Help us mute your mic small, ma, so that it will not echo again, ma. Welcome. I appreciate you. I'm so happy you are here. Woo! Welcome, ma.
Thank you.
Getting it right. Okay, we are hearing you.
So the person needs to cultivate happiness. Like, you need to treat yourself good. You need to take care of your inner self. You need to really take care of yourself before going into any other relationship. You shouldn't be in a haste to move into another relationship. You need to love yourself. If you are the type that is working, you don't have time, you need to create time for fun. You need to create time for adventure. You need to create time for fun activities so that you can forget everything that has happened, so that you can make new friends. Try to go out where you can make new friends, hang out with friends, do funny things, something that can crack you up, make you laugh. Do you get it? To forget a whole lot of things. But jumping into another relationship is what I will say is a no-no. You need to take your time this time around. You need to be very, very careful. Watch yourself. Clean your eyes very well so that you don't make another mistake. Because if you come out and you didn't take care of yourself, you rush into it, you will go into another relationship with bitterness, and that relationship may not work out again. You may end up coming out from that relationship again. So first thing to do is take care of yourself, your inner self, both outside and inside. Take care of yourself. Be happy. Treat yourself so good that you will forget the pain or everything that you went through in that other relationship before you can go into another, so that you can be able to survive in that new one. So that it's not when your partner comes close to you or do something, what happened in the other relationship will just flash, bam, and before you know it, you will start having problems. But if you have taken care of it, if you have cultivated that happiness, forget, let go. You need to also go through a kind of therapy. If you can go through therapy to forget about something, to for you to go through the process of forgiveness, for you to know that for you to forgive that person and let go, you are helping yourself as well. You are building yourself. It's for your own well-being, for you to forgive that person and let go. That is the process the person needs to go through. You need to contact someone. If you can't handle it by yourself, if it's not something you can do by yourself, then you need to look for someone you can trust, someone that you know that will give you the right advice and tell you, do this, so that you can recover back, so that you can get your mental this thing back again, for you to move on into another relationship. It is necessary for you to see someone or a therapist or a relationship coach who can put you through all these things for you to move on. Especially if the person came out with children, if children is involved in that kind of issue, Wow. Another thing again is still cultivating happiness and forgiving the person. Once you cultivate happiness, you go where makes you happy, you live your life to the fullest, the maximum, without hurting yourself or your life or your well-being. Just do anything that can make you happy. Self-love, love yourself. You can be able to take care of your children. When it comes to money, except if it's the money aspect, because if you can love yourself once again and treat yourself and behave like as if you are in a relationship while you are still single, while you are still alone, you treat yourself like that. But when it comes to children, if you don't have money maybe to take care of the children, you need money to take care of them, you have to start doing something. You have to start
Thank
doing
you very much.
because I am out. You know what causes these things is because that person that came out that's not doing anything has believed that without that her partner or his partner, that person cannot do anything. You believe that you cannot achieve anything without your partner. You believe you cannot do anything without your partner. That is why it's affecting the person like that. But if you have it at the back of your mind that you can do a whole lot, that you can do a whole lot without your partner, do you get? You can achieve it without anybody supporting you or without anybody assisting you, that you can actually do it. That is why people need to also discover themselves. You need to discover yourself, who you really are. At times they don't know who they are, they don't even know what they can do, they don't know their preference, they don't know their opinion, they don't have choices. Do you get? So you need to rediscover yourself and know what you can do. Do you get? It will really help you a whole lot in taking care of the kids. When you come out with kids, it will really help you in building yourself so that you don't go thinking, oh, well, what will the future what does the future hold for me, or what will the future be like, because you did not plan for any other future. That is why the person is feeling like a kind of frustrated coming out. You're feeling you're busting out, you're this, you're that. But if you can let go of all these things, get a job, start working, make yourself happy, treat yourself good, treat yourself like you're in a relationship, you will be fine. Seriously, the person will be fine again. So
Thank
that's
you
my
very
opinion.
much. Getting it right with Olivia. Thank you. God bless you. We also have Sweet Escape here and Mom Ifechi. Sweet Escape, welcome. You just recently had a holiday. Let me welcome some persons here. Time out with Fanny. Welcome. Thank you so much. Glorious Reality. Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate you. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, please smash the like and share out. Let's have more people, because today's topic is going to help someone out there from making another mistake. And the mental health awareness, you said you want to go do something, you're probably going to be back. No problem. We'll be expecting you back. Thank you so much. So, Sweet Escape, let's hear from you. Welcome. Is Sweet Escape there?
How's it going?
Okay, fine.
Can
welcome.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Sorry.
Thanks for coming.
I'm out about.
Oh, your network seems to be, your network is fluctuating.
Network is bad. Yep.
Your network is bad. Okay. Can you go out and come in again? Maybe we can hear you. It's breaking up. We can't hear you. Sweet Escape. Okay, let's hear from Mommy Fechi. Mommy Fechi, welcome, ma. My mentor, my own mommy.
Thank you very much.
I am not dragging this mommy with anybody on white you. Please, this is my own mommy. Please.
Thank you so much. You know, I am not excited about this topic at all. I'm not, because in as much as I know that divorce will happen, it's not something I feel sad. You know, that's why I'm very, I know it will happen, and I don't judge anybody for being divorced, because I know there are genuine reasons why people get divorced. So from the angle I'm going to be coming, because I may not even have the answer to the question you're asking, how people move on, but based on my experience, we have dealt with people who were having marital issues, which eventually led to divorce. I think that's where I'll be coming from.
Yeah.
So I may not, I think that will also help in what we are discussing. But even before I go into that, what the topic is: how do people move on after a divorce? Obviously, these things are bound to happen, but my own ministry is praying and working on things so that we avoid this, especially when children are involved. But we all know that we are human beings, life happens, things happen in life, and divorce will eventually happen. But
Yes.
when it does happen, people have to be very prepared of what is going to happen. You may feel that you are very strong. I'm now talking from experience of people we've dealt with recently. You think that you are very strong. Oh no, I don't care. I don't even need you. And all the rest of it. Until the reality sets in. When it actually happens and you are now separated, you haven't even divorced yet, you're just separated, and then the reality sets in. So emotions, you have to be the people involved, both the man and the woman. I've seen men in flood of tears because of things not working out in marriage, and the wife asking for divorce. So it can be the other way around, so
Yes.
people have to. And then when it comes to those of you who know me very well, I have very big thing in my heart for children. So when we're talking about divorce, honestly, if it's two couples that decide that they don't want to get on with each other anymore, they want to divorce, and there's no child or children involved, that's one of the problems solved, because they are both adults. They both agreed to get into that relationship, and they are now agreeing to break it up. That's not so bad. But when there's children involved, and one of the messy ones we've dealt with is when the children are involved and these children are not up to that age to fully understand what is going on. And one parent is now talking to the children in a negative way, very toxic to the children, a toxic way about their mom or their dad, telling them all and the children are so confused. They don't know where to go. So I think when there's children involved, it's good for both parties to actually find a suitable time, depending on their ages. Mind you, children these days, compared to I know my own children, I raised them up in the 80s and 90s. But now I don't know what it is. But children these days, they are very clever, more clever than when we had our children. That's what I've noticed from the children I'm seeing these days. So they understand easier these days. Or maybe because I had sons, boys will be like, yeah, and yes and no answer you get from them. They're not that inquisitive. But what I'm seeing now, especially with girl child, they understand earlier and they talk about things earlier. So the best thing, if they actually decide after every other thing, which I'm going to go into every other thing that needs to be done, if possible, to rescue that marriage. But if eventually you think that being with this person will only damage your health, both mentally and physically, for God's sake, it's good to go your own ways. I don't advocate it, but it does happen. So we have to be realistic, be very realistic here. So you try and break the news gently to the children, two of you with the children at the same time, not one person talking to the children individually, another person talking to the child, the other children the children individually. You have to break it up, break it to them, and do not let them think that it's one or the other person's fault. Both of you knew that it can never be one person's fault. It takes two. No matter how good you think, oh, this woman is so good. That's why, if you noticed, with what is going on in social media regarding you and co, I have never, if I go on, I support people who put those channels because they are one of the people I support. That's the only reason why I even go there too. And when I put it on, sometimes I have to confess now, sometimes I don't even listen to what they're saying. I just want to support that person because they are part of the people I support. But this idea of coming out there to say, oh, Mary, or let me not use Mary's name, oh, Mary, she's such a lovely lady. I don't know why.
Mm.
I don't know why John did this to her. Oh,
God
John
bless
left
you.
her. John left her and went to Francisca. How
Giving.
dare you? And look at that Francisca. Look at her. Mary is better. Hello, you don't live there. I've seen a lot to tell you people that when things come on social, that's why I'm so fed up with social media. That when I started this YouTube, my boys were like, Mom, you? YouTube? Because they know that I don't, this social media sometimes it causes a lot of problems. And people, I know people, is their niche. They want to talk about these things, but sometimes it causes more problem than what is actually going on. You don't know anybody. You don't know people until you actually live with them or interact with them. Don't just take what you see and think that it's one person to be blamed. So, going back to what I was saying, parents should, when they see their children down to talk about what was going on, let them not try to make it look that it's mommy or daddy's fault, because it takes two to tango. No matter how good you think you are, just like I am here, no matter how good people will think of me, oh, mommy Fetty, look, she's my wisdom, and all the rest of it. It don't live with me. I know where I was and I know where I am now. It's work in progress. Yes. I will not, in this marriage series, I'm going to reveal a lot of things. So people looking at me and thinking, all these years of marriage, look at how she's smiling. Look at her and daddy, they went on vacation and they were this and that. Yes. Now, because we worked at it earlier. We worked, if we had left it earlier and said that, no, it's okay. I have said I do anyway. We are living in the house together. What does it doesn't mean anything. Then we won't be where we are today. So, when it comes to children being involved, please, whoever, if the divorce have to happen, which by my own prayer is that people will work at things. Some of the things that causes people to divorce is not actually a big thing. It's something that can be sorted out, but people are so much in a hurry these days about this marriage. I don't know whether they fully understand that these are two people from different backgrounds, raised up differently, coming to be together. You know, how you are raised up and how I am raised up is so different. No, even if you have courted for some time, but when you start living with each other, in the morning you see the same person, you come back in the evening the same person, year in, week in, month out, year in, year out, the same person. You know, you just have to try as much as you can. But after trying and it leads to divorce, fine. Now, one of the spouses we dealt with, somebody was saying to me in one of my comment section, permit me, ma, to ask, do you have a counseling whatever? If you don't, I'll rather that I'll beg you to start one. That is not the issue of starting counseling. We do it for people. We just help people out, and we don't. Everything is not about money. We don't need a dime from anybody. What we want is people to be happy and marriages to work. So this couple. We now, because my husband has a lot of ideas, I've begged him, he's going to come on live stream with me. On next live stream I'll be on, he will come with me. So I'm going to ask people to ask us some questions so we can answer.
My
Sorry?
battery is up. You have to calm down now.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry, my
okay.
dear. Yes. So we gave them this piece of paper to write their spouse's strengths and their spouse's weaknesses. Oh my goodness, you can see the pen running when they're writing about the weaknesses. Everybody, the husband was like busy, everything, the page was almost full. The wife was like everything, the page was almost full in the weaknesses. To write their strengths, what are the strengths? Maybe they managed to get one or two things in, which are not really, when you look at it, it's not actually strength, so to say. But they were busy with all the weaknesses, because that's where they were concentrating on. So, Nan changed the sheet. Give your husband the one you've written, give your wife the one you've written, and then look at it, both of you look at it. And they were looking at it. And they were like this. And what some of the things the man wrote, some of the things the woman wrote as well. Now, you see, so seeing it from your own eyes, it's like you're fine. He's the problem. She's the problem. But having written it down, they can now see that actually it's not all about him. It's not all about her. It's about us not getting this right. You know, so That's where if counseling even started and looking at things. We might do all this. We have done once and it did not work out. They still have to divorce. But at least you are satisfied that you have tried to look into it and this is what they want to do. And for God's sake, of course, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. You must not force anybody or coerce anybody to remain in that kind of marriage. If anything comes up tomorrow, your opinion has to be very, very neutral. Just give them that advice that you think that you can give to them, and they can make the decision. And whatever decision they make is fine. Yeah.
Wow.
So
thank you so much.
Yes.
One second, please. 1 second. Rebecca, welcome. Chieke TV. Chieke is here. Welcome, Wanyoma. Rebecca Le Prince, welcome. Thank you so much. Guys, please smash the like, okay, and share out. Let's have more people in the house. You already know what we are talking. This is Mommy Ifechi speaking to us on divorce and separation and how to handle these things so that we don't make mistakes. People are speaking out of experience and out of she has people she counsels, and of course she's an experienced wife and mother as well. So we have Mom says Susan Habati. She has also spoken to us, and Mama Ifechi is speaking now. Sweet Escape dropped. She has something to share with us, and I'm waiting on that. Please, Sweet Escape, if you can hear me, jump on the link. I don't know if it's your network that dropped you. Please jump back on the link. Ma, please continue.
Yes. So once you've done what you think you can, and they still decide that this is what they have to do, that's fine. We don't judge them or think that they're doing something horrible. No. Because at the end of the day, it's their lives, and you just have to support them by advising and praying for them, and then let them make that decision because they are adults. When they went into that marriage, I wasn't there. We weren't there. It's only that they needed your advice now. And you have to just give them a balanced advice. And the mistake nobody should make is to start pointing fingers. Oh, the husband, you shouldn't have done that in front of the wife. Or the wife, oh, you shouldn't have been a submissive wife. Why did you do that in front of them? And sometimes they want us to do that, especially our Nigerian people. Oh, please just tell us where we went wrong. Just tell us who. No. We are like, I'm sorry. Maybe you can ask God that one to tell you, not me, to start telling a wife or a husband where they've gone wrong. We have to be neutral, give our advice, give our own experience, and then leave them to it. Where they went wrong, they will or immediately know after you've spoken with them. And one thing I always say to them that you cannot change your spouse. You can only influence your spouse, but you cannot change them. And no one can also make us miserable. We choose to be miserable. This person saying, oh, my husband is making me miserable. Oh, my wife is making... No, you choose to be miserable. There's more to life than marriage. That's what I said from the beginning of my series, that marriage is not mandatory. So there's no point in going there and thinking that you are doing somebody a favor by marrying them. No, it's not mandatory. So nobody can make you miserable. You choose to be miserable because it's a choice. Marriage is a choice. So what I'm trying to say, there are three key questions, really, people should be asking themselves before even leading to divorce or leading to, going your own ways. One of them is, ask yourself if you really want that marriage to work, because some people come in with the hope of, I'm just going to have a cruise. I'm just want to enjoy myself. I'm not here to start pleasing any man. I'm the woman. I need to be looked after. So they are just there. Whether if he works, fine. If he doesn't work, I'll just leave him. Whoever you're leaving him or her to, the problem is still there. That's why you see people on the third, fourth marriages, and it's still breaking because they have not dropped that baggage. Whatever it is, that list of weaknesses that they've listed out, that's still following them, because you listed that out as your wife's weakness or as your husband's weakness, but it's actually following you because they are your weaknesses as well. But you chose to ignore them and chose to be pointing finger, and that follows you to the next relationship and the next one. So one question is, what can I do to help my wife This is for the man. What can I do to help my wife? And to the woman, what can I do to help my husband? Because some husbands as well, some men come from a background where their parents did not even, they don't even know what it means to take care, to pamper, or to take care of a wife. All they saw when they were growing up was their father shouting at the mother to do this and bring this and bring water for me, or wash my hand. And the mother will run and do it and bend down. And that's what that man is seeing. We saw all through his childhood. Do you blame him? To some extent, no, because that's what they saw. That's what they saw. He saw at home, and then the wife, the other way around. If you're the type of mother, your mother was the type that's just talks back to the father, gives him a mouthful. That's what you've learned. So ask each other, what can I do to help? If your own parents did not get it right, there are people you can look up to. We have a couple here. In fact, that lady, she always said to me and daddy that they're in marriage today is because of what? They have their own parents. She has her parents-in-law, but they were one of those ones that one auntie said that those parents were actually grabbed up themselves. They weren't raised up, so they couldn't raise a child. And you have parents like that. So it doesn't mean that it has to be your biological parents that will actually guide you. There might be others who will act as parents for you, who will guide you and help you if your own parents did not get it right. And your own parents might even start learning from you. I've seen instances like that where parents started learning from their own child who got her own learning from somewhere, and her own marriage was working, and she actually helped her own parents. So these are the things. How can I help my spouse? Very important. How can I help to make his or her life better? We want our life to be better when we get married, not to be worse than what it was before. We have to just try. And how can I be a better husband or a better wife? These are the three questions that if we can be asking these questions all the time, before even talking about divorce now, if we can be asked, and if we really want that marriage to work and we're ready to put in the effort that is required in it, if we can ask these questions and do our best and confide in people, don't die in silence. I know people say, oh, I don't trust so and so because if I tell them the next day, they use it to preach in the church or they use it to talk about me. Well, choose who you speak to. Confidentiality is very, very important in things like this. You want to speak to somebody and you tell the person, please, I want this to remain with you only. Just advise me and pray with me. Let it be like that. If that person chooses to tell more people, let that person be the one to tell. Let it not come from you. Trust is very important when it comes to this, because sometimes these divorces, people are so on their own because they don't know who to talk to without being judged. So don't feel like when it comes to you've tried everything and it's leading to divorce. Don't feel like you have to a full explanation to people. Don't come and start explaining, he did that one the other day in the bedroom, he was supposed to do this, all that. Don't come and start explaining because it's not even important. So what I'm trying to say here is that there are so much work to do before leading to divorce, but we have seen instances where that amount of work have been done, but divorce still happens. And when divorce happens, I see them among white people here where I live in UK. So people might be divorced, they don't want to get away because of their children. When you see them, you will never know because of their children. And the children are happy because they can easily come to dad, come to mom. It's not ideal for children to be deciding who do I spend the weekend with this week and so on and so on. It's not ideal, but it does happen. But so for those children's sake, make it amicable. Still be friends. That you are no longer together and that you're divorced doesn't mean it's not the end of the world. You can still be friends because you have something, especially when there are children involved. So I don't know. I think I've made some point. I hope you understand me. I'm going
You
from one
have,
thing to
Ma'am
the
Susan,
other.
how about
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Yes, you have made a whole lot of sense, and I am learning and I'm still learning, and I'm sure a lot of people are still learning. Welcome, Wayne Go. Thank you so much for this super sticker. I appreciate you, Wayne Go. Thank you so much. Ma'am Susan, how about it? Yeah, let's hear from you.
Yeah, Mommy Fechi, when she enter marriage, if you like say, I just enter primary school. So her knowledge, her ways, I don't know, it pierces heart. That is why I just prefer to listen to her. There is one thing she said just now. She said when she asked people to write strength and to write their
Weakness.
weakness. Say weakness was much, and they were writing the same. There are times in the relationship you will be thinking you are the one that is right and he's the one that is wrong. At the end of the day, you will see it's both of you, or you are even the one that is wrong. I said it before. I said that is why whenever you leave any relationship, take time to reflect. You might even be the one that was always wrong in that relationship. Your partner was just trying to like cope with you. Now you can still go. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is a very broad thing. And Mommy Fechi, what Spicy Top said that nobody will drag her with you. A lot of people we are dragging you. We want to get. They are dancing.
I thought you want to support me. That yes, you are giving her to me.
Why will I support you, Mommy Fechi? For wahala not to pay for this white tea, this cyberspace. Accept all of us. So if you accept only her, wahala go gas. So you have a lot of children.
Wait, I don't understand. So can she have an only daughter in peace?
Why will she have an
can
only
she not
daughter?
have an only daughter in peace?
No, it's not possible. She be mother.
Where is Sweet Escape? Sorry, Sweet Escape, please, if you are here, she's experienced in this separation things, and I wanted to hear her own version too, because how she dealt with separating with children, because children are equally involved in it, how she overcame it. And I see her living her life. Yesterday she went out on a cruise. Oh my God, I just looked at this woman, I was like, see her living her life despite all that happened. So if you can hear me, please jump on this link. I'm so interested in learning and hearing how you moved on, even with the children involved. How are you dealing with it, and how are you co-parenting with the father of these children? So Sweet Escape, please, if you are hearing me, jump on the screen. Ma'am Susan, about it, we are hearing you, ma'am.
Okay.
But first of all, I'm not dragging my Fechi with you.
Not take talk, Ovara. Mommy Fechi, you are the mother of the old YouTubers. The one we just they come, and the unborn YouTubers. You are their mothers. According to my husband, when I tell my husband I am ovulating, I don't want to knock. He go tell me, say, what about Sarah? I said, don't compare me with Sarah. I am not Sarah. So Mommy Fechi, you are still going to be mothers to those that are still coming. You understand?
Yes,
so as I was saying, it's something we have to be very, very careful with, especially when kids are involved.
Yes.
It can affect them psychologically.
A lot.
I told us of one topic, one Cameroonian lady, she's my friend, So they almost expelled the son from school because the son before they separated finally, the son met the dad beating the woman, and that was what led to their final separation. The relationship don't already they shake, So the thing affected the boy. We didn't know. They were always complaining. This boy is fighting, hitting. He became aggressive. He affected him mentally. So they were not like, okay, they want to expel though they expelled him, though they accepted him back again. So they took him to a psychiatrist, all these children's psychiatric doctors. That was when we knew that it was because of what he saw the father doing to the mom, that he couldn't. The mother was lying down, the father was hitting the mother, the mother couldn't even help, So the thing just destroyed the boy mind. But it's okay now. What am I trying to say? Anything we're doing, we should try to always think of our family, of our children. Divorce is not good. But if it comes to that abuse stuff, I will not accept you continue. But if it's what you can talk, I prefer you make it work. I
Yes.
say it all the time. I'm a product
Yes.
of a single mother.
Yes.
I am not proud of it. That is why I do everything to protect my marriage. I love
Yeah.
my home. Even if it's not working, I will say, okay, even if I'm the one that is wrong right at that time, I would want him to see it with me that no, it's supposed to be like this. Even if we are talking, we don't already settle the whole thing, but I will still want him to know so that that thing will not repeat itself again. Little things, this at times, if couple tell you what makes them to divorce, you as a woman will be ashamed. Because you're like, what is me? I don't think I will leave my home. Like when we talk about cheating, I can't leave my husband because he cheated. Really. Though the relationship will not be the same again, starting from then. But I cannot leave my husband because where me I'm even going to, I don't know how that place is. So who am I going to leave him for? I might just be going for the wrongest human being on earth. So that is why we have to make it work, no matter what.
Yeah, that's what I advocate. Yeah.
Yeah, that we have to make it work. Okay, what about if it not can work? We have to guide our mind. It's important so that depression will not set in. Not be everybody where they throw away cloth for streets, not being the crazy. No.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not okay here.
Yes, it's true.
It's when you interact with them, you will
Yes.
see when you're talking, hey, how you day? How's the children? Hey, I be they go Lagos tomorrow. You will be talking here, they will be talking there. You see, they are not okay. And they will not, your words will never align with their words. When they are talking. I deal with people every time. Not be only on Baka Koko level, even health issues. When they meet me and say they are on these drugs, is there about this thing for them? When I am trying to let them see the reality of their situation, they will think I don't want to help. You understand? They will never accept it because they are not okay here. So you have to mental health. So people, they will tell them they have a lifetime sickness. It will just destabilize them. Don't allow it. I remember one time when I had not a heartbreak, disappointment, because may never really break my heart. It was I was disappointed in the person.
Really?
No,
you never get heartbreak?
No, but I don't get disappointed. I never experienced and say they will just break, they'll just serve me that kind of cold breakfast. I never experienced, and that disappointment as now so you'd be
Lucky
like,
you.
there was a relationship I was that I really liked that guy. You know, we started dating. And the way the guy was not going, they tell me I take the first the knock him, babe. Now so he go hang on. Now so he they knock this one, the fat, you know. They try to bring them down. So for my head, I was like, oh, if you don't work between me and you tomorrow, that is how you are going to be. So that was the singular thing that made me to like, oh, this is the no-no. You know, I was disappointed. It pained me that it wasn't what I expected. But see me, they just constantly heartbreak, say they break everywhere, boss. No, I never really experienced that. And the person will go really serve me now, my husband. And I see it all the time. If my marriage with my husband doesn't work, I will not marry again. I will not marry. No, I will not marry again because I will not want another person to come and father my children.
Wow.
I will prefer to have that friendship relationship with him so that the children will not lack. You understand? That don't mean I know the knuckle steady because I want to last for 90.
Which other bola won't be like your own now?
I go see trainer. Forget.
Yeah, you want here.
I go see.
Yeah, you want here. Rather cuckoo, but will be like your own.
Day. I go see train the guy say na so I say see as they take one. So I make the bola not come over small or come over bend. I go do one. You understand? That one don't miss I don't go do. Say make I can't go just constant marriage because I think I have put in a lot into my marriage that I wouldn't want it to break. But if it can't break, I not go kill myself now. It means it wasn't meant to be. Yeah. Because we plan according to this saying, say, man propose, God dispose. We propose to live the rest of our lives together, but what about, you understand? So me don't really get my blankie. What about I will not remarry? Because I will not want anybody to come and father my children. There is one a couple in my area here. The woman was abusing the man. Before the man talk, he don't slap him, he don't tear shirt, he don't do everything, you know. So yeah, he was abusing the man. At times he would just carry food. Maybe the man sit down for parlor, they carry food, they come, the woman will say, the man go ask and say, anyone there for me. If you just turn the food for his face, take now, eat. You know, he was abusing. She was tired. But
That's the thing. Some
yeah,
women are something else as well. Yeah.
yeah, you know, so even if you ask this, even if you ask the woman, she will not say something tangible to tell you when make him come to behave like that. And the man said he wasn't like that. So when friends are advising him to quit, he will say no, because I already have 4 children. Before a single girl will come and settle for me, it will be difficult. I rather sit here and suffer and watch my children grow. You understand? That was what kept that man there. You get it, but later they constantly they go on fine. Some men can tolerate, some women can tolerate. Why some cannot just tolerate? When it just comes, you go, you know. But when it's becoming too obvious that you must go, me, I will go. If I have tried for it to work, it's not working, I will go. You know, but I will put that relationship. I will not that kind of divorce that I will not want to see that man again. Because when I don't want to see that man again, it means those children will not see their father again. Some people are like that. They will change their phone number, they will change everything so that they will not have contact. No. Me as a woman, my personal opinion, I did not impregnate myself. So I would want the children to enjoy their father and the father to enjoy their children.
It's
So
something very important you are speaking on now, because a lot of people do this and they deprive the man or access to the children just to hurt him. Welcome, James Gippy. I see you. Welcome. Thanks for the thumbs up. Ma'am Susan, how about it? On this thing you're talking about now, it's something that has left the children scarred for life. Denying them access to their father. Due to breakup, because you can't move on, you're still hurting deep, and then, like you mentioned before, you transfer the anger on the children, innocent children who have done nothing wrong. You see the guy, because he looks like his father, you will even remind him you are very stupid like your father, or this is how you are behaving like your father.
Your father,
yeah, terrible.
So that is why. But if breakfast can't come, I advise we should guide our mind jealously for depression not to set in. Because when you have this mental breakdown, there are some depression, you don't say depression, they get great. So there are some depression that some people can never come out from that depression. So if you enter into depression and you came out of it, to God be the glory. But there are some deep depression that some people cannot come out from, because they eat the bottom of depression, you know, that they will just be on that drugs, or they will not even want to have anything to do with me. Some women, they will be telling me, now man make me come be lesbian because man fuck me up. I say, lesbian is in your brain, it's in your blood. You just want for fear righteousness, that make you born. Now you won't go leak. Because I know, some people, then they put on for men head. I would think just did their mind. That's why I talk to them. They will say at times you are rude, the way you talk, you don't have feelings. I have feelings. If you want those your children, if you want it to work for them, make it work. You understand? And those women that are depriving their children from their husband, I am not in support of it, because like me, pregnancy is not good on me. From the first month till I born, I know the normal. So the man will feel suffer with me for that 9 months. I will not deprive him from seeing his children. Is somehow, it don't make sense to me. You know, if we have problems, me and my husband, not my husband. A lot of people, they want to get to the man through the children. No, it's not the appropriate way. And don't come for me. Don't say, what are you saying? Because man never hurts you. If man hurts you, now you man hurts. Not be the children. If it's possible, impregnate yourself. It is not possible. So that man is part of those. Let that man be part of those children. I remember when I was growing up, I will see parents, they will call, they will ask people to come, their parents to come, even their siblings to come. Because my dad sees the rest children. My mom gave birth to 7 of us, but he allowed my dad to go with only me because I was the smallest. You understand? So even my siblings, I didn't grow, not really, I didn't grow with them. I don't even know them. At times when I'm in the midst of them, it's like I'm a stranger. You know, you see siblings, they will come with their family to come and take pictures, but I will just be there with my mom alone. Like say I tie her, they tie her apart, they tie me. You know, no father, no mother. I don't have father, mother picture as I was growing up. You know what that would do
Oh
to a
dear.
child? You
Oh,
understand? Even if
that's bad.
it's bad, no sibling, just my mother. She go come tie one gele, they there with her purse. Do like that wasn't what she planned for. She didn't plan for it. My mother wanted her home to work, but it didn't work. And she left. She was very, very small.
That's the thing.
She gave birth to her first child when she was 15. And they drove her out of that place when she was barely 24. You know, so she not get that mind. She not get that mind to say, okay, this is what I want to do. Okay, let me allow S and S to talk before I
Sweet
make.
Escape, welcome.
Hi, sorry, you guys. I was just in and out and busy trying to.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's okay. Welcome back. Good to have you back.
I was very interested in the topic. Actually, I relate a lot to it too. But then so do a lot of women because everyone's circumstances do differ. Will do.
Help me mute your mic, ma. Mommy, my one and
Okay.
only mommy, help me mute your mic. Okay. Yeah, Sweet Escape.
Everyone's situation differs, and their emotional mental state is different than a lot of others. Like, I'm gonna go back with me, for example. I knew there was something not right in my relationship. I held on, I sacrificed as much as I could, try to fix as much as I could, but mentally, emotionally, I knew it was gonna come to an end, so I had to prepare myself, like, mentally for the day, right? Knowing that you're fixing, but one hand does not clap on its own. You want it to be fixed as a woman on your end, but it's not being fixed on the man's end. You know for sure that's just not gonna go forth. But in the time being, before I say that's it, I'm done, this is where I have to find myself, knowing that okay, when I'm done, I'm done. I need to be um mentally there, emotionally there, and physically there. And you can't just run. I mean, with all respect to family members, siblings, mother, father, best friend, everything, nobody will truly understand you because you have to do it alone. You have to find yourself, find your voice, find your everything about you. If you don't do it for you, nobody's going to do it for you. I mean, you can get it, advice from here, for there, but a lot of people do not accept advice. A lot of people don't know how to understand advice or how to work upon advice. I mean, I can give you any kind of advice, but then it's you who's dealing with it, you know and for me, this is a blessing. I know, I don't remember her name, but the lady that was up there, she was saying when it comes to having children, and you go through divorce for children, this is why we as women sacrifice and hold on to as much as we can. But when you see your children are not getting anything out of this relationship, it is better to end it. It is.
Hmm. Okay, how were you able to move on? Like, how long have you been separated, and how did you find yourself again and be able to move on? And how are you dealing with the relationship between you and your ex, and the relationship between, him and your children? How are you handling it?
For me, it differs from a lot. Maybe I've been it's been 6 months. um but I'm doing everything on my own. He does not support, does not question, does not even think about his own children. And I am not going to lie. I did. My girls are 6 and 8 now. My son, he's too young to understand. But my 6 years and my 8 years old, listen, this is what it is. I am your mother, he's your father. And I don't care even if it's me, myself, as your mother. If I am not going to care for you, if I'm not going to look out for you, I don't expect you to look out for me. You need to find you. You need to figure out you. I need to prep them as women, young women, when they get older. They can't be, those emotional women or emotional girls that, oh my God, he broke my heart. Oh my God, this guy. No, I need them to be emotionally, to have that strength,
Sorry, your baby is
I
crying.
yeah, so I think it's just the most thing is that the mental and emotional, that needs to be at like a big high strong. And we are like we are in a world today different than what we were before. um we have to look out for our own. So me, when I sit there and I tell my girls, if your father is not going to look for you, or if he's not going to ask about you, I do not expect you to ask about him. I need you to find you, what makes you happy. Don't wait on him to come and make you happy, because it might not happen. Don't hold on to hopes that you cannot control.
Hmm. Wow. Okay, now eventually in the future, how do you intend to like bring them together? Like
I
if the
not,
if your children now
but I,
want to see their daddy eventually, are you gonna help, mend the bridges
I,
between them?
I will not. I will not. I am not going to spend my life struggling to raise my children to be the best that they can be when he's sitting around living his life, doing what he wants and giving whatever he's giving to people that are not his children. So he does not deserve to have that opportunity. If you're not able to do it when they're younger, for them to hold on to something for you, don't come back later and say, okay, these are my children, because that's long time lost.
Wow. Wow.
That's what
Yeah,
you're
speak, I
saying
can
is
hear you.
the that's
Welcome,
what
Nike.
sweet escape, darling. That's what you're saying is they don't have he doesn't have any relationship with the children. The children don't have any relationship with their father.
No, not at all. And even when we were living together, he never really had that, he never had the bond with them. And if he was just basically a physical, physical being with us, but never put his heart into being in the children's life while they were there.
Yeah, I understand now.
Wow.
I understand. Yeah.
Wow.
In that
We
situation,
have a
he weren't there when you were together. So why will he come when we are not there anymore? So I understand you very well. Unlike what I was trying to say, when I said it that time that I cannot separate them because my husband and the kids they have I don't know, they are just too close. They are just too
Hmm.
close. This small one, my little boy is just 5. I am here now if he's hungry, and for him to come and call me to give him food, he prefers to go and wake the dad to give him food. They are so close. So they already have ties. For those one that don't have, that's no, it's just there like a father figure, but there is no attachment,
Deadbeat
no
fathers.
like that. My son will not allow me to bathe him. He prefers his father. Stuff like that.
But you
So
see,
when you say he wasn't there, I understand you. So you can just those
Yes.
children can grow without him.
but I agree. I mean, if had he had built a bond or a relationship with his children, I cannot interfere with that. That is
Yeah,
my
I
control.
understand you very well.
But if it was never there when he was physically there, it's
It's
never.
it's of no use. It's of no
And I
use.
protect my children for later on, for him to even come and attempt for him to break their heart.
It's of no use. I'm strongly with you, sweet escape. I'm strongly with you for that decision, and I applaud the way you moved on. Like you said you were already mentally prepared even before you left. It wasn't, you already had that mindset like this is not going to work, and since it's not working, let me go. You already, when somebody serve you breakfast, there's what we call breakfast in Nigeria, is like heartbreak. You understand? You were already expecting it, that this one will happen. Heartbreak is you were never expecting it. You understand? I had a lady who came to my platform one day and told me that she saw her husband's wedding on Facebook. Somebody shared it to her and say, this person that is getting married look like your husband. So that is a heartbreak. You understand?
Hmm.
She did
That's a
not expect
terrible
it.
one.
They have
Wow.
5 children, 5 kids together. And somebody brought in phone and say, please, I don't want to be the one thinking I'm mad. Come and see. Is this your husband? So that woman not almost, she lost him. You understand? Hey, like in your own case, is like what you've been expecting. That okay, if he come, is going to be very, very easy for you to move on. But those one will get heartbreak is a very difficult thing.
I did learn something though. I did learn something. I learned that if you're struggling, either you make your escape sweet or don't even attempt it and just sit back and wait for the moment.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a
Welcome,
good one.
Nike K World. Thank you, Nike. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. And what else we have in here? Someone else came in here. Mommy T, the she boss. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Please, guys, kindly thumbs up and share out the stream. We have been discussing on heartbreak and how to move on. Time Out with Family is here again. Welcome, Time Out. Looks like you wanted to say something in regards to what Sweet Escape was saying.
Sorry, before you go on, let me just go down. I'll be in the chat for a few minutes more, but I'm going down now.
Oh,
Okay, mommy.
mommy.
Good
Thank
evening,
you.
mommy.
We love you,
Before you
mommy.
go down, good evening,
I love
mommy.
you all. I love you all too. Okay.
Bye.
We love you.
Bye.
Okay, host, thank you. I meet you again, mommy
See me,
Susie.
oh. They say I be table breaker.
You know, be table breaker. You dey give
Table
us sort
shaker
of.
and breaker.
Okay, so I don't know why I'm getting to meet topics that hits me like directly, like things I've had to deal with
It is
tonight.
the
Like
spirit. It is in
Yeah.
spirit.
Jesus. Like listening to Sweet Escape again, God, like please permit me to share a little bit of my story. You know,
Please go ahead.
Go ahead. A lot. We all are learning from each other. Go ahead.
at 16, going to 17, right? I got pregnant. Then I was still a teenager. And because I didn't know my right from my left, I was
Hmm.
swift to go and live with this guy. Like I was like literally abandoned, disowned. I didn't grow up with my parent. My mom and my dad wasn't there. Like they were separated. Sometimes when I do some things I do on my channel, people won't understand where I'm coming from. But I know with time, everything will unfold. Now, I know that everything that happened to me was as a result of the broken marriage. When broken home, it takes
Yeah.
the grace of God for children to grow up well. It takes
Yeah.
extra grace. Now, I got pregnant. My brother I was living with at that time because my mom and my dad were separated. At some point, my dad even died, and my mom had to just move ahead with someone else, and we were left to just grow up on our own. Now, my elder brother, which is my stepbrother, I was meant to go and live with. The treatment I got from him and his wife was not, it was a different, like that's a story for another day. But when I got pregnant and they kind of disowned me, they threw me out of the house to go and live with whoever got me pregnant
God
and all of that.
responsible.
All of a sudden, the mother of the boy in question, it wasn't like I was dating with this guy or something. You know how when you are going through stuff, you just meet people that get to talk to you, like those people that you want to hear sweet words from. We weren't dating, nothing. He was just there by the side to always, how are you? You look good and all of that. You know, one something just happened. Somehow I don't know how it happened. Sha. I will not say we were dating. I got pregnant and now, having to meet his mom pleaded with me to just keep the child, that it doesn't matter what will happen, blah, blah, blah. And before then, I didn't know that this boy was like, how do they speak that English? Like a tone, like something on someone, like stubborn,
A turn
when
of the
people,
flesh.
exactly. So they wanted to use me to calm him down. At that time,
Hmm.
yes, he wanted to use me to calm him down, but it didn't work. I got pregnant. That first pregnancy, I was moved to go and live with this guy's mom. In the course of the first pregnancy, I gave birth to the baby girl. I got pregnant the second time. Living with them, life was hard. As in, life was super hard. Live, I don't there's this thing they say that female children are quick to maturity than men. Now, while I was in the house, this boy was not up to responsibility at all. There was a certain way I'd wanted my life to go, but he wasn't meeting up. Every time I was always shouting, go and look for something to do. Your mother cannot keep feeding me. Your mother cannot keep feeding the children. Your mother will get old at some point. Begin now to make preparation for the future. But then it was more like
Thank you,
nowhere to come and do
network.
It's
things.
limited.
And the mother was always angry. Like, exactly. The mother was always angry each time I make complaints and all of that. She will always tell me, but she's taking care of me. I said, you're not taking care of me. Most of the time, you have to go and borrow food to feed me, to feed these children. It's not taking care. Your son should wake up to responsibility. Now, something happened. In the course of all the quarrel and all of that, sometimes this guy will go out 2 weeks. There's no food, no nothing in the house. He doesn't care. He doesn't know if he has children. His own is just to come into the house and whatever thing that is being prepared, he doesn't know how the things came about. He will just eat and move out again. He will drop his clothes to wash. I became so upset that whenever he comes home to drop his clothes to wash, I'll tell him, go and wash your clothes. I will not wash these clothes. You don't bring money for anything in this house. You know, there was this friend of his that was in the house that he would go out of his way to go and do bricklaying jobs to bring money just to make sure that I feed with the children. His friend was doing all of those things. Now I now began to care for his friend more because he saw that I needed that care that the guy was not seeing. Most times I will go out of my way to tell him, remove your clothes, I'll help you to wash your clothes.
Oh
Those
my
kind of,
God.
Oh,
but those things were
This is so
paining
touchy.
the mother of this so-called boy. So one day she confronted me, telling me that since it has gotten to this level where is the boy's friend that I'm now washing his clothes and doing all of that, I'm going to leave the house, and I didn't care. You know, then I didn't understand what was happening. But if you ask me now, I will say that those things, God allowed them to happen for me to actually learn and be a better person. Now, I left the house. Just that thing made us to have serious issues that when I left the house pregnant with the third child. I didn't know. Now, after I left the house, I moved in with my elder sister that was single at that time, and she started caring for me. When I was supposed to see my period, it didn't come, and I spoke to my sister about it. My sister said, I'm sure they're going to get rid of this child because there's no how this family will believe that this pregnancy is theirs because you're no more with them. And coupled with what you went through there, I said, it doesn't matter. I won't get rid of this child. Why? Because the future of this child will actually determine if the family will want to recognize with him or not. So I decided to bear the pain and everything. What am I trying to say? Moving on was not easy for me. A time came that the other two, they were brought to me to actually, because I left with them, I was the one caring for them. Now I didn't have a life. I didn't have a balance. It wasn't that I had a school degree that I used to work. I had to start life from the scratch. I have to feed children. Like, now I'm not just talking about myself. I'm feeding 3 children by myself without a man, without man. Some guys can be very, very irresponsible. you know Now, when I have moved on, but the good thing is that I didn't give up. I decided that I wanted a better life, and life is going to be better for me. I kept looking for ways to make myself better. In the course of making myself better, this same person came back for a reconciliation. But because I see that he is not still matured for relationship or building family or anything, I didn't give room to that.
mm.
He came, yes, he came back to want to scatter my life all over again. And
Ah,
I didn't give
God
in to that. I
forbid.
didn't give in to that. But his mother kept encouraging, hey, you guys can be better. Yeah, you have one child, you have two, three together. Now, where will you start from? It doesn't matter where I start from. But you see, your son, I wouldn't want to have anything to do with him anymore in my life. Because it's not like,
Mm.
okay, at this time, things have changed, he has learned. No. From conversations, you will know that this person is, imagine someone that you will not speak to in 6 months, you will not speak to in 1 year, you will not speak to in 2 years, but you will know that person is
I think it's the network.
is
Welcome,
is
Alima, too. Welcome, Alima, too. Sorry, guys. This is really a touching one. Like, I want to let her speak. Welcome.
Yeah.
Please smash the like, okay? Are you back? Time out. Can you hear me? Time out. Can you hear me?
It's so touching. It's so touching, really. I
You see what she's
It
saying,
was
Ma'am
almost bringing me
Susan?
to tears, really.
I'm telling you. There is a case I am handling right now. This is the same thing exactly. There's a case. You remember me mentioning one of my young friends that I said left the marriage? I think that was a couple of days ago. I
Yeah.
was mentioning, I was saying one exactly the same thing. In fact, the only difference is that she only had one child before she left, and they are bringing her back again into that house. Exactly the same thing that is happening to this friend of mine, and she has been begging me. I feel guilty now. Time out, welcome back. I feel guilty that I have not called her back since yesterday, because she said she really needs to speak to me to help her make a decision if she should return back to the marriage or move on with her life. And I must get in touch with her tonight. Welcome back, time out.
Thank you, thank you. So, like I was saying, while struggling and doing all of these things, imagine at that I had the three of them between 17 and 20 years old. I already had
Ah,
three children, three by
God have
myself.
mercy.
By myself, no help from nowhere. I have to struggle capital for children and all of that. Every time I take children everywhere, when going to church, I'm dragging children here and there, and people are wondering, where is the father of these children? To a point that some people will even confront me to ask me now, like, what is the plan? Is it like after caring for these children, then tomorrow the guy wakes up from nowhere to say, my children, I'm sorry or something? But in my mind, then my naive mind, I will always say, well, I I don't like, I don't mind even if he comes back tomorrow to say, he wants his children. Let the children be the ones to decide. If after all of what I am going through and tomorrow they feel like, okay, they want to go back to their father, it's up to them. But for now, I will not deny them. I will not lie to them, telling them that their father is dead or something. But I know a time will come, they will understand this story. They will want to
Hmm.
relate with it. You know, and a time now came that the struggle, the it became so intense that I couldn't anymore. I had to beg, because at that time the two elder ones had become mature to an extent. The first one had become 7, the other one 6, and the last one was about 5 thereabout. So I had to plead with this woman, like the father's mom, please come and take the two grown-up ones so that at least I can
Oh,
find balance. I can help
oh,
myself. Like sometimes when I go out to look for things to do before I come back, these children are running down around the streets, no help, no nothing. At least hold two, let me hold one. Now she now carried the two of them, and carrying the two of them, leaving me with one, gave me a sense of, okay, now I can pick up my life back. God, to like, in I'm so grateful that it has just been from one level of glory and one level of success to the other. Now I didn't
hmm.
give up. I didn't allow that because I had a child for him, stay in that mess, even when the mother was calling for a reconciliation, for us to make
Hmm.
up, and things have to be better. The truth is that this person in question, as I speak, up till now, this person in question is still not waking up to reality. which is so sad. As far as life is concerned, for some men to live their life
Yeah.
uselessly. Up till today, he has not woken up to. He's just looking for that one person that that will make it somewhere, so that he will come from nowhere to come and reap. You know that
Come and
mentality that
claim. Yes.
most African parents have. Like when they give birth to children, now the children they've given birth to, they didn't give these children lives, but they expect that they will use those children to make money. It's wrong. Is totally wrong. Like, it's wrong. As I speak, when I gave the two elder ones to their grandmother, a time came they started to fight me. The grandmother started telling them negative things about me because they wanted a reconciliation. I didn't go back because I didn't want my life to go from frying pan to fire. They wanted a reconciliation. I didn't go back. The woman started spoiling the children's mind that I left them. I'm a wayward person. I am this. I am that. And I'm like, when I hear these things, I laugh. Like, time will tell. They will understand. Time will
Mm.
tell. They will understand.
They
Even
will
to,
understand.
but in all of this, the determination was to be better. Like they say, success is the best revenge in life. Becoming a better person. Because I've had a terrible experience, because I know where I'm coming from, I didn't want anything to stop me from becoming that person I wanted to see, that version of me I wanted to see. So I kept striving, I kept going. Life must be better. In the course, I met people that, yeah, because you're a single mom, because you have children before, they wanted to rubbish you and all of that. But I didn't give up. I kept going. Today I'm married. When I announced to the
So,
woman in question that I was going to get married,
hallelujah.
the question was, yeah, she the question the response she gave, because she started tormenting me to a point that I didn't have any option but to tell her that you cannot keep calling me for reconciliation for your son that is not seeing a need for reconciliation. It doesn't make sense. You're not going to live with me in that house.
At all.
It is me and that son of yours that we live. He has not seen need for reconciliation. He has not changed. Somebody that he doesn't know how his children are faring, how do you think he will give them a good life? He will call you on the phone after 6 months. The question he will ask you, you don't chop. I'm wondering, are you normal?
The kids
Like,
are with you now,
does
they
he
are still
know?
with their grandmother.
The two grown-up ones are with their grandmother. The two grown-up, but the last child is with me. When I told the woman I was getting married, she was like, nobody will marry me after 3 children, that I'll have
Yeah.
to make up with the
You
son.
don't even
That is
need
a
them
lie.
that you don't even need that. They don't need that explanation from you even. Like, you are even too good to give them the news that you are getting married.
Yeah, I was
Don't come
just
and
doing it
expand
It
to
was
me.
for,
good they heard. It was good she told them. If not, they will continue to torment her to come back.
yes.
You
I
understand?
told them before,
Yeah.
I wanted them to cut that ties of reconciliation. They should stop feeling like
Okay.
I will listen to them, I will come back to them. They should decide to just put it straight. I am getting married and I don't want this bond of you feeling that I am going to get back to your son. Your son should move on.
Yeah.
A day before my birthday, my daughter actually called me to tell me that can I believe that her dad called her to ask her for money. I'm like, you are 20 years old.
What?
That in fact, I said yes. I said
12
in fact,
years
I said
old. He's asking her for money.
20. She's 20. My first daughter, she's
20.
20. Yes, she's 20. Yeah, she's 20. I said, you are 20 years old. Your dad, I said, as at the time I had whatever thing I had with him, I was naive. I didn't even know how old he was. Even till today, if someone stops me and asks me how old was that man, I will say, I don't know. I didn't bother. I didn't know anything about him. I now asked her, it was on the 11th of this month, August, that my daughter told me that her dad is 42 years old. I didn't know. I didn't know because there was no connection. We didn't date, no nothing. Now, when
That
she
means,
told
wait,
me
let's do the calculation. How old was he then? He was a child.
he was older than me, like maybe with 5 years. Yeah, he was still in this early adult or something, then you
If the
understand.
daughter
But
is 20 and
my
she is 42, which means he
yeah,
was 22.
yeah,
Okay, 22,
but
around 22.
20,
yes.
21, 22, because let's remove the 9 months of the pregnancy. 21, 22. No, he was
Now,
older
Yeah.
than
see,
you with like 7, 8 years, 7 years, you know?
now
Mm.
today, he till today, as I speak to you, he has not woken up to responsibility for a 42 years old man to be asking a daughter that just finished secondary school for money. And then when she said, where are you expecting me to get money from when I'm not working? The answer was, you are as mean as your mom. For her to have had the mind to leave you guys, that it tells me that you are growing up to be like your mom. I'm like, are you serious right now? And she said she responded saying that she responded saying that even my worst enemy, I will not advise my worst enemy to marry somebody like you. A daughter.
Good.
Okay, I said,
Perfect
like,
answer.
now, now they are beginning to see that my living was actually for my own good. Sometimes some reconciliation are not necessary. And when you move on and make yourself better. Move on. Don't be
Yes.
in a hurry, like being in a hurry for relationships, for people to value you, for people to love you. People will keep messing you up and treating you like trash. It's important to build, it's important to heal, and don't jump on the next person's arm because you feel like you need someone to confide in, or to, I don't know the word to use, but
Someone
because you
to
feel
love
like you need
you.
another man, because you came out from a relationship that just failed and you are jumping into another person. It does not make sense. Take time to heal.
Mm.
Take time to know what you want. Sometimes some people that even jump into other relationships, it's not as if that was what they wanted, but because of the pain of what they have just been through, they feel like they need somebody to console, to comfort them, to confide in, and they will make more terrible mistakes. More
Mm.
terrible mistakes. There's no point calling, like, there's no point being in a hurry to jump into relationship that there is no future, or there is no, I don't know how else to, like, you
Yeah,
just
there is
shall
no
understand what I'm
tutoring.
trying to say. There's no
Yes.
point. Can you hear? There's no point being in a hurry to jump into another relationship knowing the other one had just failed, or you have just been hurt. Take time to heal. With the right person will definitely come back to appreciate you. The right
Mm.
person. The right person. I
Wow.
am a testimony. I'm a testimony, really. My life,
You
my
are
life,
a
my life.
testimony.
I am a testimony.
Mm.
If I can be, I'm not there yet, but if I can come out of that pain and still believe in life, and still believe in love, and still hope against hope. I've not seen that one person that cannot stand anything. If I
Mm.
can imagine at that age,
At that
imagine
very
at
young age, 3 children. At the
no,
age
no,
of
no.
20, you already had 3 children. That is,
Yes,
the strength in you is
ah,
something else. You are a living testimony. And in
Time
fact,
out, you
today,
are strong. I
ah,
strong,
I I thought I was strong, but
ah,
you are strong, really.
ah,
honestly,
And I admire your strength, your
God.
courage
honestly,
to move on. You are
Ah,
strong. So everybody listening to us, you heard her story. You brought me to tears. I just left
mm,
so that you will not see my face. Really.
I know. I saw you as
At
you were
20,
already
you're
very
already with
emotional.
3 children, and the father is like, I don't know. The father is not even he's not even
Jesus.
ready to listen if
As in,
they didn't get
anytime I talk
involved.
about this story, it takes me back to the pain, the
That
pain I
memory lane,
felt. But
everything.
I know.
thank God I'm no more
But
there.
God prepared you for
Thank God I'm no
something
more
great
there.
to come. Because you might not know, you might just be talking to somebody. Escape, Sweet
Sweet
Escape
escape.
brought you up. It was because
Yeah.
of how you came. And
Yes.
knowingly, she's with 3 kids. And maybe like her own self, she was already prepared for it. But you, naive, young, you understand? And you conquered. God is preparing you for something bigger. You understand? God is
Amen.
preparing you for something bigger.
Amen. In
I
fact,
don't, yeah.
yeah,
It is well. The Lord is your strength. I admire your courage and I want to see more of you. I want to see you, and whenever I see you on your live stream or anybody's live stream, I will say, wow, that woman is powerful. I will still drag from your strength too.
I am seeing a
Because
different time out. I'm seeing a strong woman.
exactly,
Like
I'm
I'm
seeing
seeing a
somebody different
different
now.
woman now. In fact,
You
the
know,
love and the respect I have for you has multiplied. It has
same
doubled.
here. Same here, time
It
out
has
Ofani.
Thank
doubled.
you.
Same here.
Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Same here.
Thank you so
This
much
Just
is,
for finding
relax
the courage to share this here.
to share
yeah.
it. You
Thank you.
know,
I'll be at the comment section. Okay.
you don't
Thank
have
Thank
you.
you
to. You
so
don't
much.
have to shed
Ma-
tears, okay?
Yeah.
mm.
I
It's
love
well.
you. I and hugs from me, okay?
Thank you. Thank you so
Okay, I
much.
love you. Owadia, please, ma, I want to go. I want to prepare something. Okay?
Yes, please go
All right.
ahead. Go ahead.
All
I'll be
right.
wrapping up. Go.
All right
Thank you
then.
so much for
Bye
your time.
everyone.
I appreciate you. You know that.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Wow.
Bye
Wow.
everyone.
Bye. Wow, guys. This is really an emotional moment. In fact, there are some persons when you hear their stories, you never know how strong they are until you hear their story. Believe me, you don't know the strength in them until you hear them speak. We all have a past, and some persons don't know until you share. We all do have a past and we have a future. I am particularly happy that her future is so bright. I am so happy that she is a better person and she is a stronger person and she is in a better place today. She is in a better place today. I am happy that she is something else today. Like God, her glory is shining. Nike, thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you, everyone. Rebecca LePrince, Mommy T, the She-Boss, AE29, everyone, Juba, Mental Health Awareness, everyone, thank you so much. I am so happy that her glory is shining. When I see her radiating today, I now know where she's coming from. She's like a gold that has been brushed, and that has passed through fire. When gold passed through fire, it becomes beautiful. This is who this woman is today. She's like a gold that has been refined. Despite passing through fire, she is shining now. She has become so precious and she is a valuable woman today. What's more than gold and silver? And that is what we say. If a relationship is toxic and you can no longer bear it, please, by all means, walk away. What we're dealing with today is how do you move on when you now walk away? It took her time to discover herself, rediscover herself, and begin to aim to be a better person. When you look at her today, you will never know that she had 3 children in the past. This is what it means to prepare yourself. When you leave a relationship, you take time out to heal and work on yourself. Build yourself. Do those things that will make you happy. Those things that will make you a better person. Not dwelling in the past, not drowning yourself in the past, and not even jumping into another without helping yourself recover, because your mental health is paramount. If you are not mentally ready, you jump into another relationship, you might be making a bigger mistake. You'll be jumping from fry pan to fire. So take time out to heal. Take time out to rediscover yourself and love yourself. Look, if you don't love yourself, you cannot love another person. Self-love means so much. Love yourself so much that when you meet a toxic person, you tell yourself you are worth more than that. When you meet another toxic person, you tell yourself, no, I deserve better. You tell yourself, I deserve more. You tell yourself, I am better than this. But if you don't work on yourself and your esteem is still very low, you will see a pig and still go and lie with a pig. That is why it's very important. Begin to work on yourself. Love yourself. Do those things that will make you happy. Build on yourself. Develop yourself. Just become selfish and think about yourself, because it is only when you think about yourself alone first that you can now love another person. Sweet Escape is another strong woman. Like the day I connected with her and I heard her story, my love for her multiplied, just like my love for Fami has multiplied today. My love for these women, young women who are ready to take charge of their life, who are ready to go out there and do great exploits, who know they deserve better, and they are able to walk away and build on themselves, not dwell in the past. Welcome, Annie's Inside. We're just about leaving. Welcome, Annie's. Thank you so much. Please thumbs up, guys. Even if we are leaving now, thank you so much. Limat, you're back from the bathroom. I hope you didn't bet with your phone. Yeah, you understand? You now know that you deserve better. You now place a value on yourself, both as a guy and as a woman, because it's not just women that go through heartbreak. Men go through that as well. What you make out of your life after that divorce or separation is what matters. How do you pick the pieces of your life back together? How do you move on? Do you wallow in self-pity, crying all day, telling yourself, if it's not this person, I cannot live. He is the reason that I live. He is the air that I breathe. Oh, without him, life is meaningless. Your life can be better, sweeter, more precious, more valuable than what you want it to be today. You can walk away and be 10 times, 100 times better. Heartbreak is part of life, is a process. We have been through that. I remember when I almost wasted my own life because of heartbreak. But here I am today. I am a better person. I am a happier woman. But it took time, it took a while, it took me a long time to get over it and work on myself and tell myself, I deserve better. You deserve better. You deserve better than those tears. Don't drink yourself to stupor. Don't indulge in substance. Don't jump into the arms of another waiting person. And then give yourself time and allow friends to help you, good friends. Avoid bad friends at a time like this. Talk to someone you know can help you overcome the pain. Someone that will be there to cheer you up, to make you laugh. Someone that will put a smile on your face. Someone that will encourage you to move on. Someone that will encourage you to be better. Then don't isolate yourself from family as well. Unless the family is not helping you, unless that family is making the situation worse for you, then you can isolate yourself from them. But don't live in isolation, because you won't heal. If you dwell in it, if you wallow in pain and self-pity, you won't be able to move on. It's part of life. You're going to get over it. Give yourself time. You will get over it. You are stronger than this. You can overcome this. Your heart will heal once again. That broken heart can be mended once again. You can meet a better person. You can meet a better person that values you, that knows your worth, that you are worth more than gold and silver. You are worth more than rubies. You are worth more than all the precious jewels. They will adore you. They will practically worship the ground you walk on. They will adore you from head to toes. They will know your worth and your value. And they will love you unconditionally. So if you are heartbroken, you're separated, they just served you breakfast, you are going through divorce process, or you are done with the divorce, and you're feeling lonely, you're wallowing in self-pity, you are in tears every night, wondering where to pick up the pieces of your life, again. I tell you this, listen to me. You can pick up the pieces of your life once again. You are better than this. You can pick up your life again. You can be better. You can meet someone far better than your ex. It only take time. It's a process. It will take time. But eventually, when you see yourself 5 years from today, 10 years from now, you will look back and say, why did I even waste any tears on this person? Why was I even crying? Why was I in pain? Why did I hurt myself? Why was I drinking? Why was I on substance? Why was my mental health, why was it, messed up? You're going to see yourself as a shining light with the glory of God radiating all over you. And you appreciate that process of healing better. That is why I encourage you watching me right now. Take time to heal. Take time to get over it. Yes, you are in pain. I totally understand you. You are crying right now. I totally understand you. Your heart is broken and shattered. I totally understand. Believe me, I have been there. But one assurance is this. You are going to get over it. It is not the end of the world. It is not the end of the road. It is not the end for you. It is not over yet. So long as there is life, there is hope of a better tomorrow. I leave you with this message. I leave you with this assurance. I leave you with this beautiful message. You are worth more than that place you are. Pick yourself up. Go out there. Go have fun. Enjoy yourself. Live your life to the fullest. Do those things that make you happy. Do those things that you never had the opportunity of doing before. Those things that will help you heal. Do them. Go ahead. Life is beautiful. It is for the living. Don't cage yourself. Don't hold yourself down. Don't tie yourself. Don't limit yourself. You're going to be fine. Believe me. You will be fine. It takes time. You will heal. Thank you, guys. Every one of you here in the chat. I appreciate you. Nike, I appreciate you. Alimat, I appreciate you. Rebecca, I appreciate you. Time Out with Pammy, Mommy T, the She Boss, Juba, I appreciate each and every one of you. You all have been amazing. AE29, Susan, how about tips, ma? Thank you so much. Mommy Ifechi, thank you. Sweet Escape, welcome. Thank you so much. Where did I begin from? Like, you all have been so amazing. Time Out, thank you. Yes, everyone. Cornelius Okudele, my husband. I can't love you enough. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Rebecca Le Prince. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Nello Side. Thank you so much. Mental health awareness. Thank you. Thank you. Your contribution was amazing. It was great here. Annie's Insight. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Have an amazing night rest. Yes, if I don't call you, please pardon me. Sometimes the chat goes up, okay? Yeah, let's meet again tomorrow here, same time on Love Night with Spice. Like you all know, my mission here is to help ourselves. It is not just for me alone. It could be for you out there watching me. You are not connected to my channel. You are just coming across this for the first time and the message hits you. Please click the like button and subscribe and leave your notification bell on so you get, more notification. Good night, guys, and enjoy yourselves. Have an amazing night rest. Remember, your mental health means so much. Your mental health is paramount. Love yourself beyond what they give to you today. Good night, everyone. I leave you with this message.
peace of mind. You make me feel like the ocean. You give me peace of mind. Your quality and attention. You give me peace of mind.
Good night.
Please give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. You 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 give me peace of mind. Yes, I need you, cause I want you. You're the only one for me. I'm coming home, I have the thoughts. The worry stressing me. I run to you, cause I know you got me. And you're my company. Anytime I call you, you turn up. And you always come through for me. Peace of my heart, yeah. You make me feel like the ocean. You give me peace of my heart, yeah. Your body still on attention. You give me peace of my heart, yeah. Baby, I love you, God. Just give me peace of mind. Please give me peace of mind. Give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind. This is my body, this is my problem.
Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone.
You give me peace of mind. You give me peace of mind.